Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a rules refresher for Endeavor Deep Sea. And in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to play with the Underwave Academy mini expansion. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I am all set up to teach you how to play with the Underwave Academy mini expansion to Endeavor Deep Sea. So this mini expansion is compatible with all 10 missions that are available in the base game, and if you choose to include this when you're playing, this is a depth 2 zone, so you just take this tile and you shuffle it in with the rest of the depth 2 zones, so you may or may not come across it during gameplay. And then there are these 5 badge tokens that are blue on one side with a slash, and then red on the other side with a plus. You're just going to put these somewhere nearby. Now, let's say you're playing the game and somebody does a sonar action and discovers a new zone, and they choose to place this Underwave Academy. This is one of the zones that's the option. So when you place this, like I said, it's a depth 2 zone, so place it as normal. The discovery bonus will give you 2 discs to your staging area, which is pretty great. And then you are reminded to add a dive token to the dive site here. And then these 5 badges all on their blue side, just available here on this zone without covering up anything else. Now there are 5 badges, and each one has one of the basic action symbols on it. So we have here sonar, journal, conserve, move, and dive. And on the blue side, each one of these has a slash. Now on the reverse side of each of these is the exact same symbol, but with a plus symbol. So we'll talk about that, what that means in a moment. But when you move to this tile, the arrival bonus is you may gain one of the blue badges if there are any remaining, and you place the blue badge on one of your specialists. Now here's an important caveat that I missed for a long time and actually played wrong on the channel, and one of the designers of Endeavor Deep Sea left me a comment to let me know. But let's say that I just moved here, so I get the arrival bonus, I get one of these badges. Maybe I want to take this sonar badge, and I can place it on a specialist. It can only be placed on a tier 1 or tier 2 specialist. So again, their tier number is just the number of little icons in the top right corner. This one here is a tier 3 specialist. Tier 3 and above, so that's this whole area here, these specialists cannot gain any of the training badges from the Underwave Academy. So that is pretty critical for some balance reasons. But again, just to recap, when you move a vessel into this zone, the arrival bonus is to gain any of the blue badges, if there are any available, and place them blue side up on a tier 1 or tier 2 specialist of your choice that does not already have a badge. They do not stack. Now, what does this badge do? Well, if we were to activate this pilot on a future turn, normally the pilot can move. This is a slash. This is saying now the pilot can move or sonar. So it gives these specialists additional alternative actions that they can take. Now, some specialists, like we'll use this example here, this is a tier 2 specialist that has 2 actions here already. And we'll use a different badge here as an example. So they can dive and sonar. Let's say that I gave them this slash move badge. That move could replace either the sonar or the dive, my choice when I activate that specialist. So if I were to activate this specialist now, they could either, I can have them dive and sonar, I can have them dive and move, or I could have them sonar and move. And of course the 2 actions can be in either order. So that gives you some more flexibility. It's pretty nice. Now, you can see that this tile itself has a sonar action on it, a journal action, a conservation action, and a dive action. When you take any of these actions here, placing a disc on any of those 3 spots or taking the dive token from here, then you may take any blue badge that is already placed on one of your specialists and flip it over to its red side. So again, it will have the same action on the other side, but now if you were to activate this specialist, rather than the movement replacing one of their other actions, it is in addition to, so that is way stronger. Now, of course, there are only 4 actions on this tile and there are 5 badges, so typically you'll only be able to flip 4 of the 5 badges unless there's some other extenuating circumstances. For example, some setback cards may allow you to remove one of these tokens after it's already been placed so that you can use the same action on that tile again and get this flip bonus. Now, a couple other things to clarify. If you place one of these badges on a junior specialist and you later promote them, the badge stays with the specialist and it stays on whichever side it is on. So if it was a blue badge, it remains blue. If it was a red badge, it remains red, but it stays with that specialist if they're promoted or if they're demoted. There are some events that could cause you to flip one back over. And if that's the case, they still keep their badge. They don't lose their special training. Now I've got the Marine Engineer here. If I were to add this badge to the Marine Engineer, the non-promoted side of this Marine Engineer has no way to activate. They have no icon, so that would be kind of useless right now. I would not be able to use this Marine Engineer to take a journal action. But if I were to promote them, well, now they have this disk space here, and now I could use that journal in place of movement or in place of the other journal. Or if I were to be able to upgrade it, well, now they can journal twice or they can move and journal. But you must be able to activate the specialist in order to get the ability. So this side of this Marine Engineer, you would not be able to do much with the badge. Now, one other thing to note, let's say we have this situation with our Navigator, and let's say I activate my Navigator right now to take a sonar action, which is one of the actions they can normally take. And let's say they take the sonar action here. We do the whole discovery thing, and then because I've sonared here, I can flip one of these badges that I have from the blue side to the red side, so I flip it, and now it says plus conserve. I cannot take this conserve action right now after activating this Navigator. At the time that you first activate your specialist and place the disc down, at the moment you place it, you look at the icons at that time, and that is what you can do on this turn. So even if you then are able to flip the badge over, you cannot use that this turn. You would have to wait until the next time this Navigator is activated. So that is a little bit niche, but it is important. But that is what you need to know to play with the Underwave Academy mini expansion for Endeavor Deep Sea. As with the other mini expansions, I just keep this one permanently shuffled into the deck. I really like to have it. It's a mini expansion because it includes additional tokens that the other tiles do not. So that somewhat raises the overhead on the rules for when you play at these, but not really all that much. You know, all the tiles have their own little unique spin anyway, and I do find that this one is pretty powerful. So I'm pretty happy when I get it. But if you have any questions or if anything wasn't clear or if you think I missed something, please do let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more Endeavor Deep Sea on this channel, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'd really appreciate that. You can maybe share this video with somebody else who you think might get some use out of it. And I've got a whole Endeavor Deep Sea playlist with a bunch of playthroughs. I'm working my way through all the missions from the base game at the moment. And then I will do likewise with the expansion when that arrives sometime in 2026. But that is all I've got this time on Table for One. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and I will see you in the next video.